All right, welcome back, everybody. So, today I will be working on the getting the drawing, well, at least fully workable. So I did some fiddling around in the settings of this. So I did some fiddling around on this bit right here, which means that I actually fixed the coloring, which is actually the filter mask. So I did fiddle around with the filter and then remade it into the drawing that I wanted to make it for. So I actually went with another filter to implement this, and now it actually looks like the color that I want. The filter itself is a property. It's an invert, so you actually have a different color on it. So technically, this is the color. Now it's this. So now that it is, oh, for fuck's sake, is it not working? I hope it is working, right? Yeah, the mic is working. All right, cool. I just thought it would not be working, but it is. All right, good. So as I said before, today I actually want to create what I want to create here on this bit. So I want to create the poster effects and then get towards where I want to be with this. So it's like a tiny little journal, technically, that I want to create. So no further ado, let's get started. So first things first, we're going to be adding in the big ones, and then we're going to add in the small ones. I'm thinking maybe going for like the line thickness dark colors, but honestly I think it's much more better to go for a darker version of this compared to the line thickness of a dark line work, mainly because it then actually gives away a kind of, well, effect, let's say the least. So if I now add this in here, you can see that is actually giving a good amount of stuff. So what I want to do here is technically go here and then make it like this. So we have this, but of course that is not how it's going to be working, mainly because, well, we could technically go for this, but the main issue with that is that I then need to figure out, like, it looks too clean. All right, it looks too clean. I want to create paperwork, so I need to design it a little bit more different than that. So we're going to be aiming for that. So first things first, we're going to make sure that we're doing this manually. Mainly because, well, if we're creating it manually, we can actually create a little bit of a leeway on this and hopefully get ourselves towards where I want to be with this. So here we go, and then we're going to go here. There we go. And then we can do the same here, so we can pull this line back upwards. And we don't want to create a tight line. That is not going to be great for this design. There you go. And then we're going to go down again with this. So now we have... Now we should be able to get to where I want to be with this. So now we have this design. Instead of a nice looking, well, line, we actually have a far more aggressive one. We could technically go for, instead of this, we technically could go for the aggressive lining. So we could technically go for this, but I actually want to have these things to be rounded. I can do that, I think. Yeah, I can. So instead of line here, we can make it line it. So we're going to be following this line then. There you go. Now we created a smooth line instead of a thick line. Here we go. to first draw this line in. There we go. Now we have the first bit done, so now we actually have the upper bit done for it. Now we need to design the second bit, which is then designed like this. So I want to create like a nice little photo for it. So I could technically look for a photo and then see if I can get for, like, you know, how a photograph looks. Old photo look. Let's see if I can find the image for it and then see how that works, or at least, you know, how it should work at least. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? No. Here it is. There it is. So let me just show you what I mean. So we have this photo effect. So we technically could go for this, or we can go for an old fashioned photo. Can I just load up an old photo and then see if I can get to where I want to be with this? So you have the photo effect here on the sideline. So technically that's a low one. But what I'm looking for is technically, you know, something that creates the outer lines of it. So if you have the photo, for instance, like here, you have the photo and then you have the outer lines for it. So let's hope that that will work. I doubt it, but all right. So we technically could go for that, or we could go for, like, you know, now getting the area around it. But we do need to get this into one layer. So what we can now do is technically add in the circles that we want to create. But as you can see, that creates a very thick line. So we don't want that. We want to actually go for 5 now. And we want to create these lines on it. Like, I could go for this. And the question is like, oh, for fuck's sake! This thing is sensitive. This thing is so sensitive. Alright. Open out a save. Alright. Luckily I have everything saved except that first line work. So what did I press that closed it all? Oh, for fuck's sake. Meh. Fine. Do it again. And this time do it right. So first things first, we want to create this, then we're going to create that. So we want to technically go for the line work here. So we want to create the line work here. And I don't want to go for 5, because apparently 5 is not what I want for this size. The thickness of the line work is not correct with 5. So we want to go for 8. So we're gonna design this entire drawing for the line work of 8 pixels. But then the question is like, how do I get then the how do I get the last bits of this then correct? There you go. Now we have this. Now let's save it, just in case. Blueprint, yes, we're gonna save it like that, yes, and yes. Alright, so now we have that. We're now gonna be aiming to get ourselves towards the bit that I want to create, which is the puzzle buttons on it. Like, do I want to create it like this? Yeah, most likely. But I want to make sure that this is removed so I don't aim proper. So I aim proper. Now let's see, I want to create this building a little bit more smaller, to be frank. Now we have that bit there. So now we want to go here as well and create that nice looking. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, I need to make sure that this bit is like so, and then this bit is like so as well. Then I can get that nice looking. There we go. Alright, then we're gonna be now fixing this bit up. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, now we have done that part. Now we need to just have the other ones, which is here. And here. Now the question is, do I want to add more stuff to it? Probably yes, but what I want to now do is actually find out what I want to add to it. So I have this is actually the test. Where's then the stupid thing that I had? Isn't here? Oh yeah, that's the testing part. Alright, so I could technically add this into that to create the effect that I want. But do I want that? No. I think that is not necessary. But I think I know what I can do with it, so that's good. That means I can keep this one not up, but I need to now get this one, that one, yeah, alright. I need to make sure that this view is full mode, so I don't accidentally touch any other tabs so that I don't screw this over. So now we're going to be adding in the outer line. So I can technically add the outer line here if I want to. Or I could technically add in an outer line like so. And then make it into an inner line. Like so. Now you can see the problem here. that lies with that. So no, I need to do this manually. That means that I need to do this manually. That means that I need to draw very closely here. So let's do that. Luckily this is quite easy to do. It just takes some time. Then we're gonna aim for this one. Then down. No, bloody hell. Alright. Then we're gonna go down. And then we're gonna go up. Alright, now we have the first bit done. So now we actually have a nice looking at it. We can actually see that we have some mistakes here and there, which are on the heavy side. There's one, here's one as well. And this helps a lot. Alright, now that we have done that, what we now need to do is color up the pins and then move to the next bit, which is then the background and all that stuff. So first things first, we're going to add in the pins. So we're going to be going to the pins. And for that I need the thumbnails of paint probably for this, right? Well, I need this anyway, because yes, it does have the pins. So I know now how to draw the pins. So that is light top part and then the bottom part not. Alright, cool. So we have technically we have like, you know, red. So technically we can go for reddish. So a little bit of dark red and then light red afterwards. Alright, so now we have red as dark color first. This is going to be underneath the line work here, underneath the line work, and underneath the line work here as well. And then here as well. With that said, now that we have colored up the bottom side, we're now going to slowly move to the top part. So what I want to do here is actually go here with that. Now we've done that. Now we're gonna add in a new color. So I'm gonna go for reddish. Now we could do that. Or we can go for lighter red. Yeah, lighter red. Yes, alright. Alright, then that means that this bit needs to be fixed. The major issue with big pins, it is always quite hard to figure out like where I want to go for this. Yes, perfect. And then we also need to add even a darker color to this because of what I want to aim here for it. And I need to add it in anyway because otherwise it will not look nice. That is too dark. Great. That is too dark. I need to add it like this then. Nope. Alright. Let's see. How about this? No, I don't have to, because of how the line works. Alright. Fine, and then I can actually add in now the line work here. These pins are important. There we go. Time to fix this bit. Nice. Alright, now we have done that. We have the color in the pencil part. Let's save it. And then we now need to add in the... Please tell me you fucking saved, you piece of shit. You did. Good. Alright, note to self. Something in this button on the pencil does it, or because I loaded up the other one. Most likely the other one loading it up is actually causing it. Alright, so I have now this, which is good. So now I have that, I have this, alright. What kind of color do I want to have the inners to be? That's the question. Do I want them to be like beige? Do I want this to be beige? Yeah, that could be good. It's a good paper. It's a good paper color. So yeah, let's go with this. The best part about it is that we don't have to do anything about the other one. We do need to add some shading here, but that will be later down the line, I think. Or we could do it now and then just, you know, add that in there already. Alright, so now we have done that. Let's see. So now that we've done that, we can now actually get this one. Alright. And then we're gonna go here. Oh. And we're gonna go here. Deal with this. No. Alright, and then over here. Nice. Alright. Now that we've done that, we can now actually move and save again. And hopefully get towards the point where I want to be with this. So now that we've done that, we now have implemented the thing here for this one, and now we're going to be adding in the shading for it. So that needs to be underneath this one. And then move it downwards. Let's save it just in case. Save it again just in case. I need some help here. Let's do it quicker. Alright, layer styles, shadow drop. And then this, and then size a little bit more like that. Alright. That's that one. And that one, no. This one, right? Close. This one. Yes. Alright, so if I have that, that means I can go for that. Alright. What I actually wanted to do is actually go here, but that means that I need to 8 maybe? Alright, let's go for that. Then go over here and draw over it. So what I want to do here is actually get this bit and then that one and then this bit and that one. And then layer style, remove shadow. Then the question is, do I want to go for like this effect, or do I want to go for a little more like that effect? So what happens if I do it now like this? It doesn't look nice. It's missing something. How about if I do it like this? Or what if I remove this and then go back and make sure, well, that will not that will absolutely hurt it. So the distance needs to be 4, and then the opposite around. No. This is the right option. What happens if I do it this way? That way could work, but then the size needs to be a little more bigger. Alright, that could work, but then I need to make sure the aggressiveness of it is lower. Now we have a shading drop on it. That's good. Now that we have a shading drop on it, we can also make sure that this bit has a shading on it, which is gonna be put like that. Yeah, that will work. But then I need to make sure that I have actually already the color deciding. So let's decide the color that we're gonna be using for this bit. Do I want to go for black and white? No, I will probably want to go for the drawing that I have here. So I want to open this. Now please don't crash, thank you. And I still want to go aim for this color with red. So I want to go for purple this time instead of pink. And hopefully get this right. So close this one and start coloring it up. make sure that this one is out, just in case, otherwise you're using too much fucking virtual RAM on it. Alright. Now you can see what I mean here. So what I want to do here is add a color to it. So I want to add this in there. But now I need to figure out like what kind of color do I want to aim. I want to keep with the aesthetic. So we're going to be aiming for the aesthetic. Right now this is too bright of a color, not gonna lie. It's an absolute shit. A shit color that I don't want. But it's a very good color because now I can actually see where I need to erase some bits here and there and fix that up. And where I left certain types of things behind. So for instance, here I left some bits behind. Oh no. Yeah, right. Yeah, but that is darker. Alright, now we have done that. Now let's move back to this and then get ourselves a better color up because holy shit. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's still there. Darn it. I hate it when that happens. I hate it when that happens. I hate it when that happens. I want to get rid of that bit there. Yeah. Alright, now I have that one. So we're going to go back to this and we're going to be looking for the color that I want to use for this work. So we're going to be aiming to look for we're going to be looking for a color that would work on this paper without causing too much issues. So we're going to be looking for something like a very vague blend color. Like something like this. No, that's too aggressive. Something like this is too light. How about this? Now about this. How about this? That is the color that I want to aim for, but I want to go for something like that actually goes well with this color. How about I do it the other way around? I want this color, and now we're going to be switching it to purple. So now we're at purple. So we have that color as purple. That is terrible. That's blue, yellowish. Alright, fine. I'll pick this color then and then switch it around. So this is the color I can get max. It does make things a lot more easier if I just add this and then add a nice little orange to it. So let's do that. Let's go for granite effect. Then add some red to it. Then add some bold red to it. There you go. And then we're going to add in a lighter effect on the top. That is for sure. Alright, now we're going to go for blurring, and then after that, that should give us enough leeway to fix things up. So now we have this, which should be enough to create what I want. So now that we have this, now we can actually add in the layer style. We're going to add in the drop shadow effect, and now we should be seeing a shadow, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, Now we're gonna make sure that that is 5, the distance, so that's not that aggressive. And if I now pick this up, that is nothing. If I now pick it up, that will create an effect. Yes, alright, cool. Now we're going to be erasing the things that I don't like that is no. Oh, is that all on the fucking line work? No, right. Oh, it is. It is. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna get. That's doable. Let's now fix up that nice little terrible coloration that I don't want. And let's fix it up by adding first a lighter color and then a darker color. Do I want to go then for a thick line or not? No, I want to go for a tiny line. Alright, so I need to be very consistent in this. I'm not the best at consistency. Alright, that's the first bit done. Now we're going to go here and draw in the darker color. And then we should be able to get to where I want to be with this. So let's go with that. And no, that's not worth it. So I need to keep it like this then, and then add a darker color later down the line. Like right over here. That's not a darker color. That's too dark. That will work. Alright, then we're going to make sure that that is removed. There we go. Nice. Then we're going to make sure that this bit is again correctly placed. No, for fuck's sake. I want this color. Give me that color. What? Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm not doing it on the right layer. Need to do it on the right layer here. No. So again, so close. Come on. That's better. Alright, so now we have done that. We now actually have the first bit done. Can I now implement a line work here that is black? instead of normal coloring. Can I now implement here a line work that I can implement like so? Almost. Can I implement it? No. That's too deadly. Alright. Fine. I will keep it like this then. Alright. For now, we'll keep it like this. And now we already have done the first bit. So we have the first drawing bit done. And now that we've done that, we can actually implement the drawing itself, which is going to be on top of this. So, boop. But that is gonna be that's I'm gonna be doing tomorrow, mainly because today I actually had a pretty rough day. I went to a Christmas market already. Congratulations! It's already October and there is already Christmas markets, but it was a very fun one for sure. But the light shows were a bit a little bit too much for my head. I had to already lay down for 2 hours before even starting the stream, but then again, we're now getting towards where I want to be with this. So what I'm going to be aiming now to do is create the effect. Create the creature then, and then once that creature is done, so once the creature is created, we then actually can then choose if we want to change up the background a bit more or not, and then implement it more. So I want to go for more of a cosmic effect to it, which is quite funny. And yeah, I hope you'll enjoy it for now. And thanks all for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, and I want to wish you, until then, I want to wish you a lovely day, and